So I finally got the place all cleaned up. There isn't shit everywhere. Everything has a place. I like it in here, man. It's not a bad place. The windows are all frosty from the shower, all steamed up. It's decent. I got this little area right here. I'm thinking about getting a crock pot and like one of those flat tops, those plug-in black flat tops, so I can cook. But if I get the crock pot, set it right there, I can throw stuff in it, turn it on, go to work, come back, it'll be done. And I can eat on it for 2 or 3 days, you know, make lunches, bring them to work or whatnot until I get out of here. The bathroom is finally clean. I didn't do the ceiling yet. I cleaned the shower though. I spent over an hour cleaning this damn shower. All of this. The grout was terrible. Every single bit of it was black and had mold on it. If it wasn't for Brandy helping me out with the rug, she bought that little mat so you don't slip in here. A lot. She helped me out with cleaning up so much. Then my dumbass buys a shower curtain at the dollar store and didn't realize I needed those little hoops. I use shoelaces to tie it up. It's funny because I was at the halfway house and they were throwing out a bunch of shoes. Somebody was cleaning out the donation closet that they had, where people just throw in extra clothes and shoes and whatever for people that are coming in that don't have anything. And somebody was going through there and throwing out all the shoes and clothes that were really nasty and dirty. And I was pulling all the shoelaces out, and dude was like, "Why are you taking all these shoelaces?" Like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I might need them. I might use them for something. Never knew I'd be using them for a shower curtain. But it's clean in here. It actually feels normal. I'm not afraid to shower in here now. I really want to paint the ceiling, even though this place should do it. It should take off $100 worth of rent for all the cleaning I've done. It's ridiculous. I'm thinking about buying like a small can of Kilns and just painting it, because I'm probably going to be here for a while till I figure everything out. But it's clean. They still have to bring me a refrigerator. I'm probably going to have them bring me a table as well. I want to get a desk and put it in the corner and get my laptop so I can start working, programming over there, get everything figured out for the YouTube channel and many other things that I'm going to be working on. I'm excited. I am. I'm waiting for my PO to show up. I think he'll approve. I've been here before, so I did state time. I did a 2-year parole with no violations. When I was in the state, I came home. I didn't have a place to stay either. They sent me to a halfway house in the state. It was bad. I ended up in a halfway house on the east side of Detroit off of Jefferson. It was filthy. Bed bugs, you name it. The first night, I passed out I get woken up to this old black guy that was my roommate at 2 in the morning, standing in the corner of the room, huffing and puffing, jacking off, beating his dick. I snapped. I freaked the fuck out. I almost hurt him. I called my PO. I was on tether that time. I left the building, my tether was going off. I called my PO, I was like, I can't stay here. I was like, one, they won't let me leave. They said I had to be here for 30 days. I gotta start work in a day or so. I had a job lined up. They're telling me I can't go to work. So that was the number one issue. And she told me that I could leave, that it was just temporary. She was like rushing to find a place. She wasn't ready or prepared for me at all. She was doing everything at the last minute, which I experienced more problems because of her work ethic. Second, I told her what happened. Guy was beating his dick in the corner. I'm not going back. You can violate me, send me back. I don't care. I'm not going back to this place. She gave me a 1-800 number and told me to call this number and see if there's other places. It was like a hotline you could call for like shelters and stuff. I called her back. I'm like, I'm not going to a shelter. I'm not. She's like, all right, well, give me like an hour. I'll find you a place. She did. I give her credit for that. She found a place. And it was a decent place. I didn't mind it. It was actually a house that a church owned. And they ran it as a halfway house. I stayed at that place for about a month. My roommate was never there. And when he was there, he would sit up all night smoking crack in the room, which really bothered me. I didn't want to be around that. One day, I come back, there's a bunch of men in the room, just standing around in my room. They had no reason to be in there. And I'm like, why are you guys in this room? They're like, oh, well, we're waiting for dude, we were just talking, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was some total bullshit. And when I walked in, I noticed dude was like underneath the bed, one of the guys, and he hurried up and like stood straight up. And I was like, well, I appreciate all of you in the room. You have no business being in here with all my things. My roommate is never here, so yeah, like, get the fuck out of the room, you know? They leave, I close the door and I look underneath the bed. They were making alcohol, spud juice, like they were in prison. It blew my mind because you can just go to the corner store and buy alcohol. You don't have to make it. People are crazy, man. So I'm like, all right, now if my PO comes and goes underneath the bed for any odd reason, or the church owner that runs the halfway house, or the guy that basically watches the house and makes sure everybody signs in and signs out and people aren't just like chilling there, sees it, I could potentially get violated for something that I'm not even doing. So I call my PO. I tell my PO, look, I want to go to a motel room. I don't want to be in this halfway house. I can afford it. I was making $1,200 a week. She tells me that I can't go. She says, I don't believe you would do well in a motel. You can just do whatever you want, have people over and all of that. You're not allowed to go. I'm like, you can't keep me from going anywhere in Michigan, to be honest with you. I was like, as long as it's a safe environment and I'm working, you can't do that. She's like, I can do whatever I want. I was like, all right. We disconnected. About a week later, she calls me. Tells me that she's going on vacation. Her phone would be off for a week. No one will answer it. Told me if I have any issues to call her supervisor. Gave me her supervisor's number and told me to stay out of trouble. The very next day, I called our supervisor and told him what's going on in the halfway house. I don't want to be around crack cocaine. Not only do I don't want to smell it or have it in my system, because he was smoking a lot, smoking like a ball of coke a night when he was there. I didn't need to get in trouble for something that I had no part of. He's like, well, where are you going to go? I was like, the motel. He's like, you can afford a motel? I was like, yeah. I was like, I make really good money. I'm like, I've been giving you guys copies of all my check stubs since I've been home. I'm like, you can verify it. He tells me, give me 10-20 minutes. I'm going to call you back and verify everything that you've said. 20 minutes later, he gives me a call back. The first thing that comes out of his mouth, he says, you're making more money than I am. He was blown away. He's like, where are you going to go? Do you have an address, know a place you're going to? I told him I have an idea. I told him my mom used to stay here for a while. It's a pretty decent place. Gave him the address, gave him the name of the motel. He told me he's going to open up my tether and gave me an hour to give him a room number. I said, bet. Talk to you soon. Came here. Got this exact room. A week later, my PO shows up. Doesn't talk to the supervisor, doesn't verify anything. Just sees that my tether's moved, changed. So she knows somebody did it, not me. Somebody at her work. Comes to this door, this very same door. Bangs on the door. I open it up. First thing comes out of her mouth, I didn't approve that you could just go anywhere you want or go to a motel room. I told you couldn't do that. I said, well, you're right, you didn't. But your supervisor did. I'm allowed to be here. And I said, second, you're not my PO no more. You only do Detroit. You only do tethers in Detroit at the Lawton office, because that's where she was at. Because I'm in Dearborn, I don't report to the Lawton office anymore. I have to report downriver. And I waved to her and I said, I appreciate everything you've done for me, but things had to change. She couldn't do anything about it. She was pissed. Very pissed. But what's even more crazy is when I went to the state, I was already on parole for a case before that. Called another case. Between those two cases, I violated once. The PO that I had sent me back to prison for 90 days to do a program, which I ended up doing 6 months. I went and absconded. I took off, didn't report, didn't do anything, just took off. She ended up being my PO again. I was like, great. Same PO that sent me back to prison originally. She walked in here and she was like, whoa, I didn't expect this place to be like this. This is nice. She's like, I thought it was going to be some tiny room. This is like, I like it. I had my desk, everything set up, all of that. A lot nicer, cleaner in here too at the time. I actually had a thing for her. She had a thing for me. It was funny because she would like linger in here, like she didn't want to go. She would like make small talk and try to hang out for a minute, which I appreciated. I never jumped on it though, because every time I seen her car, she always had two car seats in the back. So I'm like, they're young, you know, she has kids and they're young still. I'm sure she's still with a man, you know, I didn't want to just jump into that. Plus, it scared me a little bit. Like, if I do make a move and say we're dating and she decides I did something wrong, she has total control over me, you know? That's not a good thing. Sometimes I wish I would have went for it. She was real pretty. But I'm thankful. This place is not that bad. So I think my PO's gonna be alright with it once he sees the room. I have my own place. I'm paying for it. It shows I'm responsible, which I am. I don't have to worry about other people's problems or me calling him and saying, hey, you know, my brother kicked me out, him and his girlfriend are fighting, whatever happens, and do all that. I always have a place here. So I'm responsible for my own actions in a sense. I don't need him showing up at my brother's, and I've mentioned it before in other videos. I just don't want all of that. I'm hoping to talk to some people today at work that need car work. There's a lot of them that do, and they're not mechanics. So I'm gonna talk to them today. This thing in the carpet right here has been irritating me. It won't come up. It's like something, like dirt or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna try to get some car jobs lined up where I can fix some things for people, help them out, make some money. There was a guy's car at the halfway house. He's working at the greening now. He took somebody's job that got fired. His mom lives in California. He's actually from California. They're making him stay in Michigan because he caught his case in Michigan, which is crazy because he don't live here. I feel bad for him. He hasn't lived here in 15 years. He has lived here, but he wants to go back to Cali. His mom stays in Arizona, but has an apartment that she's paid for that her neighbor takes care of. She has all of her stuff there, a car there, all that. He's staying over there, and she let him use the car, but the car doesn't have heat, and it's starting to get cold. And he says, like, at the light, the car kind of sputters a little bit. He don't know what's wrong, so I'm gonna take a look at it. I told him, you know, it could be many things. It probably just needs to be cleaned out. I'm sure it needs a tune-up. It's been sitting. Probably needs spark plugs. Could be a manifold sensor. It could be several things. The heat, most likely, it probably needs a thermostat, but it could be the heater control. The box, the flap that opens and closes might not be opening. It might be low on antifreeze, which I don't know if he even checked it. The car's been sitting for a long time, so there's many things I gotta go through and check. I actually meant to do it Friday. I told him I would wait. When I get back, I would take a look at it. But everything that was going on, I kind of forgot, and I left. And by the time I realized it, I was already like 2 miles away, a mile away on the bike. I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it Monday. So hopefully that goes well, even though I don't have tools. I'll have to figure that out. Hopefully they have tools. I doubt he will. But there's another guy at my job. He says he has a lot of work that needs to be done on several cars. So I'm gonna talk to him and tell him, like, look, man, things are real tight. I just got this place. I need some help. Let me work on these cars so I can get some groceries, put some money on my account, figure things out. A lot of the people that are at the greening are very, very good people, which is another reason why I wanted to stay there. Though it's not paying good right now, I like the work. It's fulfilling, which is really important to me. But also because it's a nonprofit, I want to start a nonprofit because of what it is I'm working on, what it is I'm going to be doing. I have no nonprofit experience. I know once I explain to the people that run the greening in Detroit what it is I'm working on to accomplish, the reasons why, and they find this out, I believe they will really want to be part of it and help me figure everything out. So it's really important to me. They just got a $9.8 million grant from the feds, and they literally just had to change their firm, their nonprofit name, from Detroit Tree Equity, and took the equity out because Donald Trump is targeting any business name, nonprofit name that has the word equity in it for some odd reason. So they changed it, and they're trying to draw from it as much as they can. And the way nonprofits work, they gotta foot the bill first, have everything invoiced, report it, give it to the government, then the government goes over it and says, okay, you did this, this, and that, and then reimburse the money. So there's a lot I have to learn. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I'll be pushing myself. I've read a lot of nonprofit books. I got some books here that I brought with me. I obviously have the internet, which the internet is a great tool if you learn to use it and learn how to use it. But it always helps to have someone with experience. This nonprofit has been going for 35 years and counting. They know what they're doing. And I plan on to do it myself. I thank everyone that comments, subscribes, follows, and watches my videos. I do. I hope to meet some of you one day. Shake your hand, give you a hug. Maybe even do something together to make this world a better place. Y'all take care.